Hello, my name is Lei Ping and I'm a trainer for your basic oil painting. So today we are going to cover what are the materials that you can buy so to get ready for our lessons in 2 weeks time in person. So this is a video, and if you need to, you can watch it another time. So what are the materials that you could buy for our lessons? Okay, so we talk about the canvas or where you're going to paint. You can buy a blank canvas like this so that you could end up like, in this painting that you could actually put it on your easel, and then you can start doing your painting over here. So of course you have those traditional easel that you can stand alone, or for me, I like to use this kind of easel because I can put it on any tables I like, and it's very portable and I can bring it anywhere. Okay, so we were saying about the canvas, you could get this type. Alternatively, you can get those which is in this format. So and then after you finish painting, you can actually frame it up, right? And you can buy a nice frame to put it there. So that's for the canvas, and you can buy any size you like. You can buy a 30 cm by 30 cm, 30 cm by 40 cm. So of course, if you want to be having a bigger one, you could go for like maybe 35 cm by up to like even 50 cm. Okay, so I'm going to let you choose, but it shouldn't be too small. Anything that is bigger than 30 cm by 30 cm. Okay, so next, then we were talking about what are you going to do your painting with. So you don't have to buy a lot of brushes, and brushes doesn't have to be expensive too. So I usually only work with 2 brushes, and that's sufficient for me. And later on, I'll talk more about like painting as well as how to clean up your brushes. So that one we'll cover more in person in 2 weeks time. So you can see, like for example, there are numbers on the brushes. So I work with the number 4, and I also work with the number 6. So you can look at the different brushes. Usually we get the flat surface, which is really good for, you can see like a squarish kind of oil painting brush, which these are really good for oil painting. And you can get a medium like this and a smaller one, and you can work with them. Okay, and try to get those longer ones, and because it's really helpful and give you a better grip when you're doing your oil painting. So try to get a longer one. Don't get those that are too short. Those are probably for water coloring and water painting. And then that's about for the brush. And then this is a palette knife. Palette knife I use for mixing the oil color painting. You can get a longer one. So this is good enough for me, and I really love the palette knife. Not only you can use it for mixing your colors, your palette knife can also be used to create beautiful patterns. So this one we can experiment with it again when you are starting with your actual painting classes. And then another way that I can share with you to save money, since that we are students and we have to be creative when you're poor. So you don't have to buy all the colors. Actually, you only need about like 5 to 6 colors. Okay, cadmium white is something that you cannot do without, and it's a really, really important color. So you can use it to mix and match and create new colors. So titanium white, it's titanium white. So you can take note of the number. It's quite universal across even different brands. So titanium white. And then the other color, which is really very important, whether you're doing sea or sky, it is the color called let me just make sure I get you, yes, ultramarine. Okay, you can ignore the French, it's ultramarine. And very importantly, I'm not endorsing any particular brand, so you can buy any brand of oil paint that you want. Just get the color ultramarine. Just now I mentioned titanium white, and even if it's different brand, they all have the same name. Okay, another one very, very important is this one, which is called the burnt sienna, because it is the color that before I start painting, I always use it to lay the background color. So like for example, this blank canvas, before you even start work on it, it's good to get a layer of very thin burnt sienna and go across the whole canvas. It will make sure your painting comes out nicer and the color is more brilliant. So that's the burnt sienna, very important. Then the other 2 colors that you may want to get is like for example, cadmium yellow, because yellow and blue obviously will get you green color. So you can get different shades of green, and then of course you can use the white, and that will help you to get a big range of colors. And that you could use another primary color, which is red, so cadmium red, and that it's also a good color to have. Last but not least, if you still have extra money, you could get yellow, I can't even pronounce this, yellow ultra, I think so. Maybe you should get the spelling. I'll get my camera lady to help me to zoom in. Okay, thank you. So that's the colors that you should buy. Don't need to buy too many like what you say, unless they say that, oh, you buy more and you get you a discount. Next is since it's oil painting, so you need to get oil based kind of organic, is it called solvent? Yes, I'm asking the camera woman. So here, this turpentine. So turpentine, you can get the art grade one, because if you're painting indoor in our classroom, if you get those that are non-oil grade or artist grade, then it will be very smelly and the whole classroom will stink. So unless you're painting outdoor, then you can get the so-called cheaper turpentine, which is the regular one that you can get at any shops out there. However, if you are going for so-called, they are usually the artist grade turpentine, which is more expensive, and they're usually contained in glass bottle. Yeah. So other than that, you can also get the oil medium, because these are all oil solvent and it can help to dilute. But I want to highlight that most of the time, other than using turpentine to clean my brush, most of the time when I'm painting, I don't use a lot of the solvent, right? Because you don't need to, otherwise it will run and it's very hard to sustain a kind of brilliant color for your paint. Next, what other things you need? Just now I forgot to mention, every time you do cleaning, you should get yourself some cloth that you don't need. And I also like to work with my apron, because I want to highlight when we are meeting in person. Please bring an old t-shirt that you really okay with getting it stained, because there's no way you're going to work with oil painting without getting your hands and your clothes being stained with oil paint. So and they're very difficult to remove, so don't wear anything that you really fancy and want to keep. Okay, so with that, we are done. And if you've got any further questions, you can just email me and I'll give you my email shortly. So we covered the things that you need to buy and the things that we need for our next lesson in 2 weeks time. Okay, thank you everyone. And this is again your trainer, Lei Ping, signing out. See you in 2 weeks time. Bye!